in the country that works. 90%. Up to the, I think up to like if you get more than up to like 5K or something like that of your salary. Anyway. Like if you get more than 5K a month, then you screwed that.
Oh, so then if your company does pay you,
if your company does pay, then it's fine. But like some people, they're only entitled to sick pay. Yeah, which is like £94 what's it called, a month? No, for £94 a week. So
they just dipping into the tax.
Of course,
they're just into that and giving you back. Yeah,
but the point is,
but that's good though.
Yeah, but hold on. I was gonna say that. Like, imagine if
you do not get paid by the government. I'm talking about the UK now.
Yeah.
Do they give you a tax rebate of some sort? Like, did they ease off on the tax? Like the tax that you pay for the month throughout the period you in isolation? They go, if your company is paying you and you know that...
No, because it's still going to take our tax back.
Yeah, but then they're taking your tax and giving it to the people that...
Well, it is what it is,
So you see how that works? Like somebody's still going to lose and
nobody's losing because you would have paid tax normally anyway. So what's the problem?
Some people are not paying tax during that period.
Everybody's paying tax.
They're not, because they're getting paid by the government. So government's not going to take the tax from them, is it?
Yeah, they are. Whatever money you're entitled to, if it's taxable, it's so taxable, isn't it? It's
the government is smart.
It's like, think about it this way.
If the government is smart. So you give me £1,000, but actually you're not giving me £1,000, are you? You give me maybe £700 because £200 go to NI tax and everything.
Okay. Technically, he's giving you free money, isn't it?
It's not. Okay, it's because of coronavirus. So technically, it's not. Technically, the money you're getting is the money that's supposed to come from your
How many countries? Like, let's talk about your country, Nigeria, anyway.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Do you think...
School, don't do that. Don't go there. School. I get it. Our government officials would like.
I'm grateful.
Our government officials would like to bury money in the burial ground than to give it to everybody that's in isolation because of coronavirus. I get that. That's what you want to go with. I get that. But this is not Nigeria.
This is not Nigeria.
I'm gonna do the opposite of face. This is not Nigeria.
Look how we're living now.
Look how we're living here. Yeah, but I mean, it would be nice if. Do you know what? Actually, if Nigeria decides to do that, people can get $1 million each. Each household can get $1 million each.
I don't even want to think. Like I know Ghana is putting out what's it called?
They're putting out fire.
100 mil. They're putting $100 million into the. Well, they claim they're gonna use $100 million to fight the coronavirus. How they're gonna spend that money? Who knows? But
that's such a load of crap. It's amazing.
It makes sense.
The government official
if they're gonna
just find another way to pocket money easily without conversation or nothing. If you haven't spent money to better the country. Now all of a sudden you have $100 million to pump in coronavirus. Plus, how many cases have they reported in Ghana? Please. How many? Is it up to 5,000?
9. No, it's like 9.
Okay, so you only have 9. Look at this. Put this in context.
You shut down schools.
Yeah, but wait. You only have 9 cases that have been reported. You've shut down schools.
You shut down schools.
So I don't even want to know how much $100 million is in CDs. I don't even want to know it. No, it does. It does. No. Because the average salary in Ghana is how much?
I know. Like it depends on what
give me an example. Don't tell me you don't know. All of a sudden you don't know math.
Maybe about 4,000. No, it's
not
you
that always say some stuff.
No, you said average, but that's what I'm saying. Are you looking at average as an educated person? You're looking at the average as the majority of the population?
Okay, let's just go with 4,000. How much is 4,000 cities in dollars? Okay, so $200, right? And that 4,000 cities is like a lot of money, right? Because that's the lecturer's money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. So 200.
Actually, that's more than that. It's actually 693.
Boy, so
like
4,000 cities is about 600. And the government want to put $100 million to fight coronavirus. That's been reported. There's only 9 cases in Ghana. The government in UK are not even putting.
We're talking billion. I keep telling you, are not. How much money do you think the transfer just
1.5 billion?
No, way more than that.
It's 1.5 billion, my guy. Don't 1.15 or something like that. I read the news as well, you know.
Well, I just told you like
$1.5 billion, $1 million pounds. Don't talk about all that. Plus, they're not going to spend everything. Come on now. We all know what the government does.
We're not talking about, how much. 80% of the money that he's willing to pay, but
I'm telling you now. You talk about
350 billion pounds.
Oh yeah, that's different from 1.5 billion. You're right. You're absolutely right. But here's the thing.
The economy.
If Ghana can put
how many people in the UK?
Hold on. If Ghana can put $100 million to fight coronavirus, then I don't think any government official in Ghana has a podium to stand on as the reason why Ghana is the way it is today.
Yeah, but
I'm telling you this because if you can manage, if you could, in crisis, you produce $100 million to be able to fight a crisis that's not even an epidemic here in your country. Yeah, but you just want to prevent it from happening. So, by my reckoning, even $50 million could do that. All right, even way less than that could do that. Because we talk about cities, you're not spending dollars.
You're just saying I've allocated this money.
Why?
As you said,
why are you allocating all the money? Why are you allocating that? If you can allocate $100 million, and let's go with what you're saying, you're not spending everything. Then why is Ghana the way it is?
What is that going to do? If you fight in crisis,
I'm saying you're the government officials. Like, you actually hold on. You actually have $100 million.
You don't have it. It doesn't necessarily mean.
But it came out.
You could
it came out.
You could have borrowed it. That's what I'm saying. You could have
borrowed. But then you should have. All right, put it in context.
It's like I don't want to go into politics. It's like saying my kid has been knocked down by a car, and because I can now raise that money to go get my kid fixed in the hospital, why didn't I use that money to already, like, why didn't I use that money already to feed the kid or something like that? Your kid died in a hospital, being hungry.
Explain that scenario properly and let's decipher it. Because that's now I feel like you're trying to come up with a scenario that kind of fits what I'm saying. So explain your scenario. Let's decipher your scenario.
Let's put it. Okay, if your child is sick, really sick, right, and the hospital wants, let's say. An African hospital. I'm talking about it needs major surgery.
Yeah, because we know in Africa, in Ghana, they holding people hostage in hospital now because they can't pay their bills. We know that, so let's go with that.
You talk as if in Nigeria is not a common thing anyway.
It's a common thing in Nigeria as well. Don't worry about it.
Don't make it like Ghana thing.
Anyway. But you're talking about Ghana.
Yeah, but let's hold.
You're talking about Ghana.
It's just the way you're trying to
what? This is not Ghana versus Nigeria.
Kind of side job, without getting into the fight.
I'm not even trying to do that, but we could if you want, because I won't side jab you. I would jab you straight away.
There's nothing to jab anyway.
Yeah, because you do one side.
I mean, you're Nigerians, not Ghana is bad, but that's not what we're trying to say.
Ghana is better because Ghana is just Lagos. It's just Lagos. Nigeria is like 10 times bigger than Ghana.
It's like that. It's like a fat girl looking at a nice, girl that is not fat.
You sidetrack.
You only got good genes.
We could do this if you want, but you sidetrack it. Stay on track.
Whatever you
explain your scenario. A kid get hit by a car.
We're talking about coronavirus and how.
No, actually, we're not talking about coronavirus this year. We're talking about the state of the economy in Ghana and how Ghana could have $100 million. Not cities, because if you see this, we could say that makes sense. But $100 million to fight coronavirus, but Ghana's economy and state of it is in shambles. Every time we talk about how water, when it rains, it eradicates and erodes sand and stuff. So the government I am putting $50 million to go. Let's fix up these roads and let's make sure everything is all right. But coronavirus come up. That's not an everyday life of people.
Do you know how many people?
Everyday life of people. Do you know how many things that actually affect people? Because all Ghana needs to do right now, which is what they've done.
Ghana if
do you know how many? Do you know how many viruses and diseases kill people in Ghana on a yearly basis?
Because those 90% of them are preventable. 90% of them you could do something about.
Yeah, but this is what they've taken. So of course, they've taken precautions. The precautions we've taken is, I mean, we're gonna get into it anyways. The precautions taken is like people are isolating themselves now. I mean, I don't think I would ever see the day which I'm seeing now where churches is just shut down. I never thought I would see that anywhere in Africa. But it seems to be like people actually respecting that. Do you know what I mean? Where they're staying home because they've seen how serious it is.
Well, it's not everybody that's doing that, but
yeah, but most people.
Pastor did get arrested, for serving a church.
And I appreciate that. I think that's incredible.
And his church members, but the church members did not appreciate.
Who cares? I think that's incredible.
They were out there,
I don't care about those
raining
people.
like prayer curses on the police.
Yeah, let the prayer curses come. The point is, at least you're safe, right?
Are they?
Well, clearly, I mean,
they're already dead. They're already dead. So if they're gonna contract something, they would have done.
And if they need to die, they need to die. But here's the thing, like, for you to be able to generate 100, okay, all right. Let me ask you questions. Wherever you got your facts from, they gotta borrow money. They gotta borrow money to generate 100.
Nobody knows. The government just said the government is not gonna come and say we have borrowed money. It just said I've allocated.
What's Ghana's GDP?
I don't fucking know.
Please find out. We're gonna.
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm building a case here.
Your case is irrelevant.
Building a case. What's my case relevant?
Because all you're trying to say is, if you had that kind of money, why didn't you use it before? And the point I'm trying to make to you is,
there's
something called emergency funds.
Point of correction. If you can generate that kind of money, right, you should have been able to put in facilities that were adequate enough to get ready for any crisis that can happen. Okay, you should have been able to do that.
Okay, hold on. Would you say China's economy is better than most economies in the world? They have the highest. They have the GDP in China is ridiculous.
I don't understand what you mean. Like, what do you mean by
you know how much money China?
Wait, hold on. Ask. Let me understand your question so I know how to answer you.
Would you say China's economy is suffering? Which in the world currently, if you rate in your top 5 economies in the world, would China be up there?
It would be one of the developing economies. Yeah, you would.
You're not talking about. I'm not talking about develop. I'm talking about one of the best. If you're talking about best economies in the world, would you say China is in the top 5?
I don't know about top 5, but they'll be up there. Yeah, let's just say top 5. Yeah, what's your point? They'll be up there.
So China allocating more money to fight the coronavirus. Would you say that was a wrong move?
Why would I say that's a wrong move?
So why are you saying the same thing about Ghana?
I told you.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
It does make sense to me. Because I'm the one making the argument.
Of course.
It might not make sense to you because you're arguing against what I'm saying. So obviously it doesn't make sense to you. It makes sense to me because let's look at it this way. China, the virus originates from China. That's ground zero. Okay? And ground zero, not knowing what's happening, obviously you're dealing with a crisis that you don't know what's happening. So you need to make sure.
Yeah, but you
hold on.
I know, but let's
I'm answering your question. Why are you trying to hold me on?
Yeah, because you don't need to move past, because you said one thing before you rattle off and then we forget.
Yeah, but I'm answering your question.
No, but you said,
I'm answering your question.
If Ghana have taken care of their economy, then they wouldn't need to put the money in to survive their,
And I told you why I said that.
So you're saying China didn't invest the money and that's why they had to put it in now.
I told you why I said that. China had the facilities required to deal with this crisis.
They didn't.
But wait, they have the facility, but because they ground zero, it's like the UK, right? The UK is able to manage this thing better because they knew what China was coming with. They knew. The only mistake the UK did was the fact that they were trying to play the communists. Yeah, people still could flow through in and out. And like, you're not hearing countries like Canada having this problem because they've dealt with it. Like, you're not coming in. I don't care. You know, here in our country, America was the same thing. America thought, yeah, we could deal with this stuff and this and that and over. And America's one, actually, they're dealing with it incredibly well, even though people are still dying and stuff. Because there's a lot of people in America. But what they've been able to do now, rapidly speaking, is been able to provide more facilities for people to be able to actually get themselves tested. That's one of the things they've done, which they've done well. So why people are dying? Like, for example, China, is not reporting any case of coronavirus infection anymore because they've been able to deal with it a lot quicker. Yeah. They're not recording any. As a matter of fact, they're now dealing with it even a lot more faster than the rest of the world is dealing with it. Like the UK, for example. The UK is still recording cases of infection where people are getting, transmitted or are passing these viruses around. I'm saying Ghana, Nigeria, any country in Africa, right? We don't have facilities. It's even a really good thing to hear that the viruses don't survive. That virus don't survive in high temperature. Because God help us if the virus can survive in Ghana, like in Italy, for example.
Again, but you are here crucifying the government.
I'm not ensuring these
things
listen. They're doing their best, but my point is, don't do your best now. Do your best all the time. The economy, the government institution in Africa, especially Ghana and Nigeria, I can't speak of actually all of them. I don't care. They don't come and kill me. The point is, they always want to put the best forward when stuff happened. My point, like, if the UK did that, we would be in a lot more higher crisis than we are right now. If
spending $350 billion
because the UK always like to try and be nice, okay? Because when you say they're spending $100, what is the UK doing? The UK is saying things like, you know what? If you stay at home, like you just said earlier, if you stay at home, I'm gonna pay 80% of your salary because you're staying home in isolation.
What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen to all the people that the government is saying to stay home, all the market that's gonna be shut down and everything? What do you think the government's gonna do? Do you think the government's gonna just look at these people and go, you're not gonna eat and all this other stuff?
Well, let's look at history, Nana. History is proving to me, okay, not to the world, because I don't know what history is proving to you. History is proving to me that most of our governmental officials in these countries, Ghana, Nigeria, say one thing and do the other thing. History is proving to me that when you're talking about allocating a budget, a yearly budget, for a particular location, a state, that state is worse off than the previous year that when you allocate the budget.
Hold on.
I'm telling you, this is history that's proven this to me. Now you can disprove that.
No, we don't. I don't even. Let me say, you can have an argument about the fact that maybe this money might not be used for what it's supposed to.
I'm not. There's no maybe.
Well,
it's not a maybe. No, it's not a maybe because I'm looking at the past experiences.
Yeah, but you don't know the future. You're trying to use the past to predict the future. And that's what you're doing.
That's the best educated guesses we've got. You don't have any other educated guess. Unless you want to just pick things out of thin air and talk about it.
Something don't change.
Well, let's look at this again.
We live in a place.
Hold on. Let's look at this again. Hold on, Nana. Let's look at it again. You're right. It doesn't mean things don't change. But then you can't have the same people in power and expect them to change according to what they've done before. It's the same. Politics is changing faces, but it's the same people still in power.
No. Again, because we've seen. Look, we had a government before.
I don't even know how we turn this to politics.
You are the one that turned it to politics.
I'm happy to go down this direction.
Look, nobody's going down because I'm going to just say my last thing and I'm going to just say
it doesn't look like you want to say the last thing because you could just let me say what I said and you moved on. But you made it look like I was picking on Ghana for no.
It's not about you picking on. I couldn't even care less whether you picked on.
Yeah, but that's what you sounded like. You sound like you care so much.
The point I was trying to make, and at times, and that's become one of the stake. A lot of people try to bash, politicians with, especially politicians from back home, without actually maybe at times, trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, and then the benefit of the doubt, and then
you okay, bro? Because I think politicians are kind of smacking you in the head right now. Well, from wherever they are.
Did you doing that? Look, we have this like actor, Joshua Tingo, for instance. He was on one of the shows and they were asking him about coronavirus and stuff. He's like, he doesn't even believe it, right? And on top of that, he just thinks these people are, they just wanted to use them, like they just came up with the money so that they can spend it and all this sort of stuff. Now, the problem with
it doesn't believe, because the second part I do think I agree with him on, but the first part it doesn't believe it, like.
Coronavirus, like it's not in Ghana. Well, nobody should worry. People should just go about their own.
Coronavirus is not in Ghana.
Yeah.
So where is it? It's in China.
Like wherever it is. Okay. And he wants to show up the money. And the bad thing
he wants a share of the money.
Yeah, because
they're
just gonna go enjoy the money. The problem with those kind of statements, right? Even if the government just came up with that money to find a way to just embezzle it, even though the country has a freedom of information bill that you can go get. What I think.
I don't understand what you're saying. You're saying government allocate money and then use it for what they allocate it for. I'm asking you point blank right now. Yeah. Ghana officials, Ghana governmental institution, the government of Ghana, has there ever been a time that you can think of that they allocate money and then use all the money for that thing?
Yes.
What time is that?
We had the airport built. What they said the budget was, that's what the contract is. The airport exists. Now Ghanaians love that airport like crazy.
Oh my God.
You asked me a question.
God. I'm not saying they didn't do it. I'm not saying they didn't do it. What? I'm saying that.
We said all the money. Of course,
yeah, all the money.
When the Auditor General audited, because before you...
I think you're very naive.
No.
I think you're very naive. That's the problem. I don't even think you love your country that much.
Before...
I know you love your country that much, but I don't think you love your governmental officials that much for you to be saying what you're saying. So I think you're just naive.
No, you know what I'm trying to say? Is there... if you have asked me, is there examples of when government?
No. I know exactly what I asked.
Of course, there's because more. You said have there been, and I'm telling you, there've been projects that
Yeah, but every
project gets audited.
Wait. We both know. Unless we just want to talk for the sake of talking. We both know that the state at which the economy of especially Nigeria and Ghana is because of the way the people that are supposed to manage it are managing it. We both know that.
Yeah.
We both know that the economy that we have in Ghana and Nigeria today is ridiculous to say the least. Because we're talking about a place where people can't even afford to have a job because there's not a lot of companies in the country. We're talking about a place where government officials are having to go into schemes and briberies and stuff and do different things to be able to have a lavish life. Why a civil servant sometimes don't even get a salary. We both know that.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying.
Hold on. We both know that. So therefore, if we know that, then we know that there's definitely a lot of shady, crazy nonsense going on, because there's got to be a way to allocate this money and use it and spend it. So when you tell me, when you confidently, with your voice, tell me that, they built an airport and all that kind of stuff.
A question. You see, the point is...
I did. When you confidently give me that answer, you see, the problem, it means you probably want to go into politics yourself.
A lot of us have, especially Africans and those that live back home. The worst corporates are the people that live abroad. I know. The problem we have is, it's like, when a child is terrible, like, there's some kids that they're noted for being stubborn, right?
Okay. Politicians are not children. I get it.
Doesn't matter. I'm just giving you.
Like you want to go there.
I'm giving you an example. Okay. A child that is a stubborn kid, right? Or a child. Maybe the better example. Like a child that keeps failing at school in Africa. Like he goes in and he gets his F's and E's and those kind of stuff, right? And he comes home with a C, and then you probably cheated in the exams.
That's not what I'm doing here.
No, that's what you.
That's not what I'm doing.
Whether that's what you do.
That's not what I'm doing. I'll tell you what I'm doing.
And that's what a lot of people do.
No, I'll tell you what I'm doing here. I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing here. What I'm basically doing here is the fact that I'm basically telling you this is a stupid move from Ghana. While I might say it's a stupid move, I understand why they're doing it. I get it. Okay, coronavirus is a big deal. It's a big deal across the world right now, and it's becoming a pandemic where it's like, if you don't contain this stuff within your country, close your borders, and make sure that everyone within your border, everyone inside your border is safe, and everyone outside it, well, you can probably care less really, but at least you make sure that your border is covered. It could be something that could kill a whole nation. I get that part. And I know Ghana is trying their best, Nigeria, every country is trying their best. I get that part, because look at Italy right now. They in serious trouble, but I think they've managed to contain it.
No, they haven't. It's actually terrible there.
Yeah, but I think that it's coming down. I think they still haven't
they have the highest debt.
Yeah, they do, but
even new
new ones are still coming up. Like, you don't want your country to ever be like that. So places like Nigeria and Ghana, I actually appreciate.
So let me put it this way: do you have a problem with the government allocating money, or you have a problem with the amount that they allocate?
I have a problem with the amount they're allocating.
So how much do you think would have been enough?
I can't answer that because I'm not a government official. I don't know what they do.
No,
I really can't.
I'm just saying. Imagine. Like,
I don't have the full facts.
Imagine.
I don't have. No,
I'm telling you. You think the government got the full facts?
What they're supposed to? They're
Where's
the government.
Getting it from? Where's he gonna get it from?
You're the government. If you don't have the
what's the full fact? I'm talking about the disease.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that, for example, your GDP, how much you have, all the subsequent.
Okay,
hold on. I'm explaining something to you.
What about? So I'm gonna give you a hypothetical. Forget Ghana. I'm giving you a hypothetical.
Why would you
you're in charge of 20 million people.
Why would you give? I don't want to give. This is a serious scenario.
Of course,
this is a serious case in a serious scenario. I don't want you to give me hypotheticals. I'm just telling you based on what it is in terms of history and what Ghana has done.
I'm saying, what would you do? I'm asking you.
I'm not a politician. I'm not in politics.
Okay, it's good that you're an African, right?
Ask me.
You sound just like the pastors. I'm just a man of God, and when they fuck up, and then I'm just flesh.
As a matter of fact,
flesh,
I haven't got 100 million to mess up on. So but ask me anyways. Go ahead. Ask me whatever.
I'm not even gonna go there with you anymore.
Oh, so now
forget it. It doesn't matter anymore.
I want to be a government official right now.
It's irrelevant.
No, because let me tell you what I'm saying. Let me absolutely tell you what I'm saying. Like, I get the fact that this is a serious thing that's going on right now. The whole world. I mean, you could barely watch 2 minutes of TV or listen to 2 minutes of radio without hearing Corona mentioned in some form of way or some sort. I get that. And I get that it's something we should all take serious. So when somebody, like what you were saying, somebody see on a radio station get an interview and say, I don't believe... It wasn't even
on a radio station. It was on one of the shows.
Yeah, or a TV station and say, I don't believe in coronavirus. Well, you might not believe it, but I think you should keep that stuff to yourself. Really. Like, I think you should. But at the same time, when government officials come out and say, I set out $100 million to be able to fight this crisis, my question to